football presented by Cars.com. From Lane Stadium, it's Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech. And you're watching the ACC on ESPN. A season's worth of emotions for the Hokies the last 2 weeks. Win at Ohio State, then come home and lose to East Carolina. How will they play today? Here's Jamal Golden on the return for Georgia Tech. And he'll get just past the 20-yard line. With Brian Gracie, I'm Dave Pash. Tom Luganville down on the field. And when you think about our coaches' meetings the last couple of weeks, Brian, how different they were, the temperature in the room last week when we were here as opposed to this week?
Well, yeah, you go on the road and you win in Columbus so high, and then last week you lose at home to East Carolina in a fashion, giving up so many yards through the air, 427 yards on this Virginia Tech defense, and you're so low. And then you have a really tough challenge, probably your biggest mental challenge of the season on defense, to prepare for this triple option offense of Georgia Tech.
Here's the option, and Justin Thomas, an excellent runner. Sophomore quarterback, picked up about 16 yards on the play. And joining Thomas, some weapons. Zach Lasky leads the team in attempts. Tony Zen, and 8 yards of carry. And Deion Hill, he can catch the ball, had the game-winning touchdown reception against Georgia Southern last week. Georgia Tech was upset he was even in that position. They blew a 25-point halftime lead, had to come from behind to win that ball game. So first down on the 36. It'll be Lasky, the first man through, and he has stood up and dropped after a 1-yard gain. The middle linebacker Chase Williams in there for the Hokies.
And as much of a challenge as this Georgia Tech offense will present for Virginia Tech, they've had a lot of success. Bud Foster in the last couple of years have had a lot of success in limiting this Georgia Tech offense. The last 2 times they played, they've only scored 10 points. So he has a recipe that he knows is proven. The question is, he has a bunch of young players on defense. Can they execute it?
And the quarterback keeps it again. Thomas showing off his speed. The former Alabama commit, who was going to go there as a defensive back but wanted to play quarterback, and a huge play gain of 29 years.
You got to keep an eye today on blocking by the wide receivers on the outside. You roll it from the outside on the right. Watch number 15, DeAndre Smelter, get the block on the safety there. Just gets a piece. If you lose contain against this Georgia Tech offense, you're going to have real issues.
Well, it's a defense that over the years has been very good under Bud Foster. Struggled last week, particularly against the pass, giving up 427 yards through the air against East Carolina. Thomas pitching it here, and a good play in the backfield as B.J. Bostic is taken down by Williams for a 2-yard loss. The 7th year for Paul Johnson. You see him signaling in the play. This is how they do it old school here, Georgia Tech.
You know, when you have complete mastery and control of your system and your offense, which Paul Johnson does, he doesn't need a script. He doesn't need any notes. It's all in his head, and it's pretty impressive the way he's able to call the game live on the field.
What amazed me in our conversation yesterday is he said his offense evolved from the run and shoot, and you think of that as a passing offense only. On 2nd and 12, and Thomas gets inside the 30-yard line and close to a first down. Comes up about a yard short. Chuck Clark, who replaces Brandon Faison, who was benched, giving up a lot of big plays last week. He made the tackle.
Yeah, Faison really struggled a week ago. Talking with the coaches, I didn't feel like he was completely healthy. He had a stress fracture in his leg and has had some trouble getting back to top speed. He's an excellent player if he's 100%. Just hasn't been that way this season. So Chuck Clark, number 19, will get the start. We'll also see Donovan Riley, number 2. And the biggest concern that they have are the size of these wide receivers from Georgia Tech. Smelter 6'3", Waller 6'5".
You see the 3rd down conversions. They're in 3rd and short a lot. That's why they're so good on 3rd down. As Williams pitches it, they won't get it here. Zenon tackled for a loss at the 29 by Chuck Clark. Loss of 3 or 4 on the play, and so this will force Georgia Tech to make a decision here in 4th down.
You're going to see Virginia Tech bring a lot of pressure to try to disrupt the timing. This is Deion Clark, number 40, who fires inside, takes the dive, and that leaves Daddy Nicholas, number 90, on the outside, as well as Clark. You got 3 guys out there for 2, and Bud Foster talks a lot about having more defenders than there are offensive play.
Teams. Georgia Tech, after a timeout, electing to send Harrison Butker on for a 43-yard field goal attempt. His career long is 49. He got a 46-yarder this season. Remember last week, East Carolina scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter on Virginia Tech's defense. And the kick, hooking, good.
Kick is good.
So the Yellowjackets with a nice opening drive on the ground, and they get points, taking 4 minutes off the clock. 3-0 Georgia Tech. '50th anniversary of Lane Stadium. Do you know that Frank Beamer actually played in the first game? It was the freshman game here at Lane Stadium. Last week, our game against East Carolina was the longest game in Lane Stadium history. It was over 4 hours, and it didn't go to overtime.
That's what happens when you throw for 427 yards.
I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit shorter today, the way Georgia Tech runs it. As Justin Thomas picked up 54 rushing yards on that drive alone. But Virginia Tech's defense held and forced a field goal. Here's Dimitri Knowles on the kick return. Got a lane. And upended, somersaulting to the 29-yard line. Bringing now the third member of our crew down on the field. Here's Tom Luganbill.
Well, as this Georgia Tech defense takes the field, defensive coordinator Ted Roof plainly put it, I'm embarrassed. This is not the type of defensive effort we got to have here. He's put the entire unit on notice, giving up plays of 80 yards, 60 yards, multiple plays of 20 yards or more. It's not going to cut it. This is open tryout week for Georgia Tech on defense.
He said that this was a challenger manhood type game as Virginia Tech runs it on first down. Marshawn Williams pushing the pile to the 33 for 4 yards. Quarterback is Michael Brewer, who last week set a Virginia Tech record for attempts. Threw the ball 56 times, actually dropped back 60. Transfer from Texas Tech, just his 4th start in his career. Another run play, and this time Williams doesn't get much. Brought down, minimal gain. Sean Green there for Georgia Tech, along with Quayshawn Neely.
You know, you mentioned Georgia Tech being challenged with the way that they played last week. You know, Michael Brewer for Virginia Tech, same thing. He didn't play very well last week at the start of the game. He got hit a couple times by East Carolina, threw 2 interceptions in the first half, and then settled down at halftime and came back and threw 3 touchdown passes in the second half. But Michael Brewer needs to be more consistent if Virginia Tech is going to have a chance in the ACC.
So 3rd down and 12. Brewer with time, deep pass, caught for a first down inside the 35. True freshman Cam Phillips takes it to the 30-yard line for a 22-yard gain.
Look at the cushion on the outside that Chris Milton, number 6, gives. It's just, I mean, he's 10 yards off there, and I know that the philosophy that Ted Roof has on defense is nothing gets behind us, and they were burned last week against Georgia Southern. But that kind of conservative play on a 3rd and long situation, that can't work either.
Brewer hands it off to Trey Edmonds to the 25. It's good to see him back on the field. There's a starter last year, and then in their final regular season game against Virginia, broke his leg. And it's taken him until today to recover, be 100% or close to it anyway, and get on the field.
Yeah, he was fired up. We were down on the field before the game, and he was ready to play, yelling at his teammates, trying to get him fired up.
So 2nd down and 5. Marshawn Williams off the right edge and push back. No gain, maybe a loss. Adam Gotsis, another guy that was challenged by the defensive coaching staff, stepping up and making the play there.
It's a big 3rd down here. 25-yard line. A lot of cushion on that last 3rd down. See if Georgia Tech decides to come up and challenge a little bit. Otherwise, I expect Michael Brewer to check the ball down and let him get a 1st down. Yeah, they're up pressed now. You see on both sides.
Here comes pressure, and Brewer gets rid of it, incomplete. And he saw Neely coming straight ahead, and I don't know if the pressure made that throw inaccurate or if it was just miscommunication with the receiver.
Yeah, it's a great adjustment there. You see Neely, got to be careful coming after that quarterback, but great adjustment by Ted Roof. 1 3rd down, you play soft and you give up a 1st down, and you got to have the confidence, even though your players are inexperienced, to come with some pressure and force the hand of the quarterback, and it works out for him.
Career long is 27 for Joey Slye, but he's just a true freshman. And from 42, it's good. So a pair of field goals here in the opening quarter. And we are tied at 3 in Blacksburg. Georgia Tech's drive, it was all rushing yards, 54 for Thomas. Virginia Tech on its possession, 43 passing yards, just 3 rushing yards. And Snoddy will take a knee. It'll come out to the 25. And this will be a pass play, but Riley in trouble. Or Thomas rather, rolling right and throws it away. He can escape. And he ran about 30 yards in width, and they got rid of it.
Well, he's a tremendous athlete. You know, he was committed at one point to go play at Alabama. They wanted him to play corner. So you know he has the talent and the speed and the athleticism. And I think we were talking with Bud Foster, the defensive coordinator for Virginia Tech. He said he's the fastest quarterback that he's seen at Georgia Tech while Paul Johnson's been there. So he definitely has the ability to make plays with his feet.
By the way, Chuck Clark did check back in for Virginia Tech, replacing Stroman. 2nd down and 20. Thomas with time, going to air it out and put too much air on that throw, going for DeAndre Smelter.
They had exactly what they wanted, Dave. They had Smelter matched up on Chuck Clark. It looked like Smelter just stopped running. Right here, watch. He just looks back and stops running. That ball's out there where it's supposed to be. Smelter's got to keep going. You don't need to look back when the defender is right next to you. Keep running downfield, and maybe you make a play.
Well, he's made plays. He's got 238 receiving yards and only 9 catches. But all big plays like that, which had it been completed, probably would have been a touchdown. It's that 3rd down and 20. And a pass downfield, incomplete. There was contact, but no flag. Darren Waller at 6'5", covered by a 6-foot-tall corner in Chuck Clark.
Well, you get Chuck Clark, he gets dinged up, and they're going to take a couple of shots out. This time it's Darren Waller at 6'5". That ball, that's a ball that's got to be thrown short. If you're going to miss, throw short so that your big wide receiver can fight back to the ball, go up and make a play, or get a pass interference. And that's exactly what Paul Johnson will tell Justin Thomas on the sideline.
So they ran it every time on their opening possession. Thomas threw it 4 times on that drive and did not get a completion. There's Stroman in trouble and tackled short of the 30-yard line. Given forward progress to the 30-yard line. You know, the Georgia Tech fans are pranksters. Here's a beautiful shot of Lane Stadium outside with the sun shining. Notice now the T is missing, and that is a prank that Georgia Tech fans like to do, and they took the T from
They're going to put it back?
Stadium. I don't know.
just overnight they take it and then they put it back?
You know, if you wanted to find out who took it, I mean, there's only a pocket of Georgia Tech fans. You could go around and ask, and maybe somebody's got it on their person.
Check their bags.
1st down from the 30-yard line. And throw to the flat is caught by Willie Byrne, and he's able to get away from Neely. Great effort to get the 1st down past the 40. 1st down for Virginia Tech in Georgia Tech territory again. Had to settle for 3 last time they were on the Yellowjacket side of the field. Here's a pass play. Brewer looking deep down the sideline. Hodges dives, but lost his helmet on the play and could not come up with a ball. He's going to have to come out now for a play.
Hodges is the guy they want to identify downfield. They got him matched up there. It's a great matchup. That ball is a little bit underthrown. You got to throw that ball down the field, allow him to go get that football. But Hodges is a guy that got to get involved in the offense. He was quiet last week against East Carolina. They missed him in some opportunities, especially in the red zone. And Michael Brewer, a little bit off his accuracy on that throw.
Hodges had the go-ahead touchdown at Ohio State. McKenzie, and nothing doing there on the ground. It'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Well, guys, I'm standing behind the offense here, and I'm just looking from the same vantage point as Michael Brewer, and he seems like an entirely different guy from last week to this week. Now, keep in mind, so much of the rhythm of the offense can dictate the rhythm of the quarterback. And offensive coordinator Scott Loeffler, he wanted to dink and dunk a little bit. He wanted to run the football, change things up, take the pressure off of the quarterback. A week ago, Michael Brewer took a frying pan to the kitchen. Today, he's been clean.
4 of 6 passing so far, Loogie. 53 yards through the air.
Frying pan to the kitchen.
3rd down and 5. Brewer going underneath to a wide open Cam Phillips for a 1st down to the 30-yard line.
It's a shallow cross underneath. A breakdown in coverage for Georgia Tech. Everybody else is playing man-to-man coverage. And it looks like the linebacker got mixed up there. Nobody ran with the under route.
And David Wang, their starting left guard, one of their better players up front. He's back out there and helped protect Brewer there. 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Here's an end around. Newsom, and again, that play doesn't get much. About a yard. DJ White there defensively for Georgia Tech. You know, it was a Georgia Tech defense that last year only allowed 3 plays longer than 50 yards. This year they've allowed 3 touchdowns longer than 60 yards. So far here in the first quarter, though, no big plays allowed. Now 2nd down and 14. Brewer with time, going to go deep. And it is caught inside the 10 by Isaiah Ford. Chris Milton for Georgia Tech. Looked like he was in position maybe to pick it off, but the true freshman Ford pulled it in. It's 1st down and goal.
Yeah, fake bubble screen and then down the field. If this ball's thrown on target, it's a touchdown to Ford. Again, that was right in between Bryn and Ford. Could have easily been deflected.
Here's McKenzie trying to get the edge. He can't. Tripped up and brought down. Neely on the stop. A gain of a couple. 2nd down and goal. Now, was Brewer, the throws you're saying that he's not making today, was he making those plays against Ohio State 2 weeks ago when they beat the Buckeyes?
You know, he made a couple of plays, but they were off-schedule plays, out of the pocket, running around, making plays. But last week it was inconsistent in the first half. He came back and played better in the second half. And so far in this game, he's missed some opportunities. It's just, and it takes time to get that timing down with your wide receivers, especially when they're young and freshmen like they are.
Ford and Phillips, both true freshmen, both coming on here the last couple of games. Brewer in trouble, and he's sacked. Back at the 16 by Neely. Boy, Quayshawn Neely, I think, heard Ted Roof this week.
Right, that's the 2nd time that Ted Roof, when they've gotten down in the red area, has decided to bring Quayshawn Neely on the blitz on the inside. I think Ted realizes that he can't just sit back and let Virginia Tech throw the ball from the pocket.
Well, it was 1st and goal at the 10, but now Virginia Tech faced with 3rd and goal at its 16 when we start the 2nd quarter. Well, Virginia Tech has run 12 of 19 plays so far in Georgia Tech territory. Michael Brewer 2 of 4, 38 yards passing on this drive. He needs 16, 3rd and goal from there. Here as we start the 2nd quarter. And Brewer going to throw underneath into traffic, broke it up. Cam Phillips was the intended receiver. Damon Smith there in coverage. It's 4th down.
Yeah, this ball had to come out quick. They brought Quayshawn Neely again. The back misses the block, so Brewer has to throw it off balance. It's the little things on offense when you get into the red zone. You don't pick up a blitz, so the quarterback can't step into the throw, so it's off target, and you get an incompletion. This offense has struggled to get 11 guys that are on the same page, that are doing their job, and that's their challenge going forward.
The 33-yard attempt here by Sly, and he just got it away and put it through. Damon Smith came close to blocking that. And it's 6-3. 3 field goals so far. You get the feeling that's the type of game we're going to have today. Hokies on top early second quarter. Kick angled toward the corner, and it's a touchback. Let's go. Lasky straight ahead, bounces off one defender and picks up close to 5.
No, if you guys checked out Paul Johnson on the sideline, not a single piece of paper in his hand. He has been through so many variations of this, going back to Georgia Southern as an assistant, to being an assistant at Hawaii when they really started turning this into a flex bone as opposed to the triple option. Keep in mind, this isn't an offense that you game plan opponents to. This is an offense that you game plan to alignment. Everything's going to come off how Virginia Tech aligns.
Here's Lasky again. First down and more. Well, Lasky ankle tackled by Donovan Riley at the 45-yard line. He showed good speed there in the open field.
Well, we talked about keeping the Mike linebacker clean. Here's Chase Williams. Watch him be influenced by the quarterback. He goes outside and Lasky goes inside. So much pressure is put on the Mike linebacker in this game from Georgia Tech offensively. And that time Chase Williams gets wrong and they pay for it. But Luke's is right. This is an offense that is really simple, but it's complex at the same time, and that's why it's so effective.
See the 2 wings and 1 back. That's Lasky on 2nd down and 8. Changing things up now with the quarterback, Justin Thomas. And Lasky again wrapped up. Now, there's a rumor that about 20 years ago, George O'Leary was thinking of going to the triple option, but there's a gunslinger by the name of Tom Luganville, and
Squashed
O'Leary changed his mind. That's how it went, right, Tommy?
That's exactly how it went, boys.
I thought it was really interesting talking to Paul Johnson about it, and you're right. You know, at Hawaii, that fun and gun, they were throwing the ball a bunch. Then he said, I didn't have the talent at Navy to throw the ball, so that's when we just kind of decided to run it, and we had great success, so why change it?
Here's Clark. You see him creeping down, and tackle is made short of the first down by Williams as he brings down the back short of the first down by about 2 yards. Georgia Tech keeps its offense on the field for 4th down. Looks like they'll send in the play with Dennis Andrews here, who was suspended the first couple of games.
I think you see Paul Johnson starting to get a little bit of feel and rhythm for his play calls. They bust a couple up the middle, get some speed on the outside with Justin Thomas. He feels very comfortable in this situation, 4th and 2, just running his typical offense.
Thomas taking it outside, looking to throw, and got a man wide open. Incomplete. Oh my, Darren Waller had 15 yards on Kendall Fuller, but there was pressure in the backfield too on Thomas.
Take a look at Kendall Fuller on the outside. He's been known to gamble every now and then. Here he is at the top. He's just matched up, and he sees the backfield action as Justin Thomas rolls out to the sideline. It affects Kendall Fuller. He thinks it's a run, gets beat. That was a great play call from Paul Johnson on a 4th down situation. Justin Thomas just didn't have the time to get that ball on target.
Yeah, somebody would have blocked Chase Williams and having an easy touchdown. That Virginia Tech takes over on its 37-yard line. Brewer on the rollout, and a strike to the sideline for Dimitri Knowles. Now Virginia Tech without Josh Stanford is taking some time away from family issues, so that means more playing time at receiver for Knowles, and that's his 2nd catch on the season. Gain of 9 on the play.
You see Virginia Tech moving the pocket quite a bit early in this game with Michael Brewer. I don't think they feel real comfortable about their ability to block in the pocket.
Another pass play. That one was low and a little bit behind Byrne. And he did a great job, though, breaking tackles again to get the first down. That's twice now. He should have been tackled for loss, and he gets positive yardage.
Well, Scott Loeffler, he's got a nickname for Willie Byrne. He calls him the delivery man because every time he gets the ball, he delivers like the paper delivery boy. You can count on him in many situations. They'll go to him in 3rd downs, sure hands, smart player.
There's your former teammate at Michigan, Scott Loeffler. Run play to Marshawn Williams. And nothing there. Spun down by Adam Gotsis, who apparently again heard what Ted Roof was trying to tell that defense after being disappointed in their effort last week. Roof said it was maybe the hardest week of practice in terms of getting back to fundamentals that he's ever had as a defensive coach. And he was a defensive coordinator at Auburn. He was at Georgia Tech earlier. He played at Georgia Tech. He was at Penn State. Yep. Been around a long time. Saw the center judge, which is the 8th official. One of his jobs is to help with game management. You saw him up there. Out on the flat it goes to Phillips, and he gets nothing. DJ White on the tackle, so a loss of a yard. 3rd down and long. And Roof, by the way, is upstairs now. He's normally down on the field. First time that he's been in the press box that he can recall.
Yeah, and he said he wanted to get up there to make sure he could keep track of these fast-paced spread offenses. Tom was talking with him before the game down on the field, and he says it's not my natural place to be up here. And he thought long and hard about actually being down on the field for this game just because he had challenged this defense and wanted to be able to look him in the eye.
Brew on 3rd down and long, and a leaping catch, 1st down. True freshman Isaiah Ford, who had 2 touchdowns a week ago against East Carolina, gets 17 yards.
This was a good throw from Michael Brewer. Great protection in the pocket. That ball a foot in front of the numbers, and Isaiah Ford able to come down with that play. Isaiah Ford is coming on for Virginia Tech. Last week a great game and another conversion.
Little up tempo here. They get right to the line, and Marshawn Williams showing great balance, bouncing off of a couple of defenders, spinning away from another. Inside the 10, a 16-yard run, 1st and goal. And again, Virginia Tech right to the line with the up tempo offense.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Marshawn Williams again. Same play.
And it will be Williams inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Well, 3rd down conversion's a big story. 5 of 7 for Virginia Tech, and that allowed them to go up tempo and back-to-back run plays by Williams. And he's into the end zone for the 2nd time as a true freshman. 13-3. Virginia Tech by 10 midway through the 2nd quarter.
And you get back-to-back power OG runs. Nothing fancy about this. You challenge the offensive line to come off. You give Marshawn Williams at 230 a crack, and he's going to convert. I do a lot of work. You just show up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I had an excuse this week. Doing a game on Thursday night.
Yep, I'm on.
Bonbons with Mayday back in the studio. Georgia Tech now takes over with 3:24 remaining, but only 1 timeout left here in the 2nd quarter. And a good throw by the quarterback as Thomas finds Smelter for a 1st down at the 48-yard line. It's an 18-yard pickup.
They have got to get Smelter and Waller involved in this game. That's only the 2nd completion for Justin Thomas, and we're almost through the entire 1st half. Those 2 guys have got to make plays on the outside for Georgia Tech to win this game.
And instead of the pitch, Thomas keeps and gets good yardage before Donovan Riley gets him to the ground at the 45-yard line. 2nd down and 3 after a 7-yard pickup for the sophomore from Alabama. Justin Thomas comes in averaging 93 yards per game on the ground, 6 rushing touchdowns. We played in 10 games last year as the backup to Vad Lee. I remember doing a Georgia Tech game last year, and Paul Johnson was talking about this kid. Very high on him. Lasky, first man through. And boy, he's grabbed at the ankles, but he won't go down. He drags the defender to the 40-yard line. Donovan Riley had him, but a 5-yard gain.
I think what Paul Johnson has realized is he needs, on 1st down, that first play of the drive, he rolls out and throws the ball, gets this defense for Virginia Tech loosened up a little bit, and then he can come back to his bread and butter, that option game in the middle of the field.
2 minutes remaining. Again, Georgia Tech had to burn a pair of timeouts, or chose to anyway, in 4th down situations. Here's the pitch to Lasky. And Lasky runs over the middle linebacker, Chase Williams, and gets to about the 35-yard line for a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Chase Williams is the guy. We've talked about it. He's that Mike linebacker. He's got to make a ton of plays in this game. You know, last year we were talking with Bud Foster. He said the Mike linebacker last year, Tyler, made 20 tackles in this game. It's his job, his responsibility for the quarterback.
Thomas to the air. Dumps it off to a wide open Dion Hill inside the 20 and steps out around the 17. Hill was the hero last week. Caught the game-winning touchdown with 23 seconds left to beat Georgia Southern.
And Justin Thomas is not very tall, so sometimes he needs to get outside of the pocket, just fade back, get away from pressure. That time he finds Hill, and a nice accurate throw lets him turn up and get an extra 15 yards.
First time Georgia Tech has been in the red zone today. See the numbers for Thomas. More effective on the ground, but that's usually the case. Although, again, 4 touchdown passes last week, but only 11 completions. And Smeltzer lined up as a tight end here on first down. Rolling to his left is Justin Thomas. Thomas going to keep inside the 15, inside the 10. Boy, he turns it up and then gets drilled out of bounds. A penalty against Dion Clark. You saw the speed there again of Thomas once he turned the corner. He got the first down of the 5. They'll tack on a few more yards after the
runner was out of bounds. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
This is tough on Dion Clark. Justin Thomas is just so fast. Take a look how fast he is. He gets out there, want to throw the ball downfield, decides to pull it down. He gets a block, and watch how fast he is. Dion Clark trying to catch up, and then at the last minute, Dion Clark already commits to knocking him out of bounds, and then Thomas steps out. And I mean, you got to call that, but that's tough on Dion Clark. That's not like an egregious foul, in my opinion.
First and goal on the 2-yard line. Thomas rolling out. He'll keep. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown. Justin Thomas up high. It's pay dirt. That's a big score for Georgia Tech after the interception by freshman Corey Griffin.
Great effort by Justin Thomas. Not a big guy. That ball clearly over the line. You lay yourself out on the goal line like that, knowing you're going to get hit by 2 or 3 guys. That's the kind of play that a young quarterback can really establish leadership on a team, and especially after he came over the sideline and Paul Johnson gave him an earful for not managing the clock. To come back and respond like that, it's a good sign.
Second rushing touchdown this season for Justin Thomas, and it's 13-10 Virginia Tech after Butker puts the extra point through. Yellowjackets able to capitalize off the takeaway. They take it down the field and score. That's going to be a touchback. All right, let's talk momentum. How important is that drive there for Georgia Tech? Maybe not just, you know, from a physical standpoint in terms of the score, but mentally, considering what's been going on with this team.
Both of these teams coming into this game, right, have really had to find themselves. I think for Georgia Tech, when they played Georgia Southern last week, they give up 28 points in the second half, have to come back in a dramatic fashion to win, just to get some confidence before half, to settle down your offense and Justin Thomas, to give your defense a little bit of a breathing room, because it looked like Virginia Tech is starting to exert their will on the ground. That was a big drive for Georgia Tech.
And at what point does Brewer stop making the mistakes that hurt you? And I know he's a new starter this year, and I think expectations got maybe out of control after the Ohio State game. Good throw there to Isaiah Ford. First down. That'll stop the clock. 52 seconds left, and Virginia Tech has all of its timeouts left.
He's got protected football. I mean, you know, you play that quarterback position. Each game that he's played this year, he's had at least 1 interception, and you just can't do that. And sometimes there's going to be tip balls and things that don't go your way, and that happens, but the decision interceptions are the ones that are killing him.
That pass is deflected and incomplete. So they wasted 13 seconds there, or maybe they could have called time. And now you got 40 seconds with 2 timeouts instead of 27 seconds with 3.
Well, Frank Beamer came out almost to the numbers, and he wanted to call a timeout, and then he pulled it back, said he didn't want it. I think he thought if his offense gets up and gets on the line of scrimmage and snaps the ball, you can save time, but it didn't happen.
Brewer with the deep set on 2nd down, and Byrne made the catch, stepped out. Not a huge gain, though. 45-yard line, 22 seconds left.
It's too soft right now for Georgia Tech. It's too soft. You're giving up 7, 8, 9 yards every single time they snap the ball. They're going to be in position to attempt a field goal in plenty of time.
Well, now it's 3rd down and 3. Don't you have to change things defensively here?
If I was Ted Roof, I'd come after him. They've struggled in pass pro. I would come after Michael Brewer, make him make a play.
They have to get to the 42-yard line. 4-man rush. Brewer, though, flushed out of the pocket. And Caleb makes the 1st down catch inside the 40-yard line. And here comes a timeout. Frank Beamer on the field. So 13 seconds left and 2 timeouts remaining with the ball at the 38-yard line. You figure you only got 3 or 4 plays maybe because you had the 2 timeouts. Absolutely. Brewer has shown that he'll make some mistakes when faced with pressure. It's 5 of 6 passing in this drive, 37 yards. 13 seconds left in the half. And a low snap. Brewer sliding up and wide open in the middle of the field is Isaiah Ford, caught at the 19-yard line. Timeout with 6 seconds left, so they've got 1 remaining. What do you do, Brian? Well, they've already made their decision. They bring in on the field goal team. They're not going to mess around. No pressure at all on the quarterback and no coverage on the receiver.
Well, this whole drive has been very conservative. Ted Roof calling a conservative game, and I know why. He doesn't trust his corners, and he doesn't trust his back end, and I can't blame him. It's hard to blame him. He says if I bring pressure and give up a play down the field at 7 points rather than an attempted field goal.
This will be a 36-yard attempt for Joey Sly. Try to extend the lead to 6 here at the half. Right down the middle. Brewer over 200 passing yards in that first half. 23 attempts. Remember, he had 56 passes last week, a school record. And Virginia Tech will get the ball to start the second half. Hokies trying to rebound from that loss to ECU and improve to 3-1 and hand Georgia Tech its first loss of the season. They're halfway to doing so with a 6-point advantage. Here's Luke's with Coach Beamer.
Coach, you executed offensively the 2-minute drill to perfection, but it's been a shift of momentum throughout the half. How do you settle this offense down and establish the run game?
Well, we made the one throw there that they intercepted, and then defensively, I think our contain element, we got to get that squared away here. They're getting most of the yards on the outside, and we need to be better there.
From an offensive line standpoint, getting some push up front so you can get that run game going, get ahead of the chains on 1st and 2nd down. Will you challenge this offensive line at half?
Oh, absolutely. I think we mixed it up well. We've had some plays. We just need to keep on grinding.
All right, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
147 rushing yards for Georgia Tech, but Virginia Tech on top. Lexus halftime report. Let's go to Ed and Ed Burke in the studio. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. It's the ACC opener between Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech. And the Hokies, as we enter the 3rd quarter, they'll get the football and they have the lead 16-10. Dave Pasch, Brian Griese, Tom Luginbill down on the field. And Griese, when you think of Georgia Tech, you think running the football, and they ran it well, did not throw it well, but it wasn't like they had opportunities to complete passes and get big yards. And
they had chances down the field. They just didn't hit on them. And Justin Thomas in the second half has got to begin to give some of his wide receivers a chance. DeAndre Smelter had an opportunity here. You see he gets behind Fuller, and this ball's just got to be thrown out there, and it's a touchdown. These opportunities don't come very often against Virginia Tech defensively. You got to hit on. This was the 4th down where you get a little pressure, and I give him a break here on a little bit of pressure, but he's wide open down the field. That's Waller. That's another 7 points. And then you got a one-on-one at the top of the screen on Clark, who's the third corner on this team, and you got to give a chance to DeAndre Smelter there. So there's been some opportunities that Justin Thomas has had down the field, and Paul Johnson knows that, yes, I'm going to run the ball, and I'm going to give you 4 or 5 shots in the second half. We got to hit on at least 2 or 3 of them.
Meanwhile, it was Virginia Tech that got it done through the air, as Michael Brewer threw for over 200 yards in that first half. Hokies will start on their 25 here in the third quarter. Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by the U.S. Navy. We mentioned the passing yards for Virginia Tech, and much different rushing total for Georgia Tech today, already surpassing what it did against the Hokies last year. A lot of penalties, total of 11, and Georgia Tech normally very good on third down, 1 of 5. Virginia Tech 7 of 9 on third down, and at one point they were getting like 10 yards per third down. So Hokies start first down on their 25-yard line. And Brewer to throw on the opening play. A dangerous pass, but it's a first down grab for Ford. And he's still going. Finally wrapped up by Sean Green at the 42-yard line, a 17-yard gain.
Last 2 weeks, Isaiah Ford and Cam Phillips, these two guys right here, have been coming on for Virginia Tech. That time they were kind of in the same area of the field, which tells me one of them ran the wrong route. It was probably Cam Phillips, but Isaiah Ford made plays last week. Had a big touchdown late in the game against East Carolina, and he's continued that this week.
175 yards combined the last 2 games, 2 touchdowns against East Carolina. You saw today the yardage 97. That's a personal best. Now they bring a little pressure as Virginia Tech runs, and nothing for Marshawn Williams. Paul Davis in there along with Sean Green for Georgia Tech. Hokies thought that they needed to establish the run game today, but really haven't had to yet. Averaging about 2.5 yards per carry, though. Not going to get it done against anybody, really, in the ACC. Georgia Tech, a defense that's been struggling, giving up the big play through the air and on the ground. Again, pressure off the edge. Here comes Neely. Brewer completes it, though, to the 47-yard line to Calvin Klein. Suffered a knee injury in the bowl game, but he's back today filling in for the injured Ryan Malik.
There's been pretty consistent pressure. Georgia Tech has struggled to get to the quarterback with 4 rushers, but when they brought Quayshawn Neely, the linebacker, 54, he has consistently got in the face of Michael Brewer. I know that Ted Roof doesn't want to take too many chances on the back end because of their youth, but Quayshawn Neely needs to reintroduce himself in the second half to Michael Brewer.
So here's where Georgia Tech struggled in the first half, getting off the field on third down and long as Brewer goes deep, and it's overthrown. Incomplete. Ford being covered well by DJ White. So it's 4th down. Virginia Tech will punt the ball.
And good coverage by DJ White. Something to get excited about for Georgia Tech to come out and get a stop on defense. He's in great position there. And when you're in good position as a corner, you get the benefit of the doubt from the official. There can be some banging and some hitting back and forth. And if you're in good position as a corner, that official will see it and keep that flag in his pocket.
Hughes with the punt. Golden lets it bounce, and it sticks right at the 12-yard line. That's where it'll get spotted, even though it was recovered back at the 2. It'll be first down at the Georgia Tech 12 when we come back.
Back here in Blacksburg, 16-10 Hokies as Georgia Tech takes the field offensively for the first time. And when you really examine the option principles of this Georgia Tech spread option, take a look at the split-second decision that needs to be made by the quarterback. And it's got to happen in 0.09 seconds as he's reading the unblocked player. In this case, it's the defensive end, Daddy Nicholas. He's got to make that decision to give to the fullback or to go ahead and pull and then work the second-level force player for keep pitch responsibility. It happens in the blink of an eye. And as you look at this offense, you understand the timing that goes along with that, but also that ball security is a premium when having to make split-second decisions.
And they've rushed it, Tom, for 147 yards, but they haven't thrown it well. 42 yards passing. They'll keep it on the ground, but Virginia Tech read that. Chase Williams there for the Hokies. A loss of 2 for Justin Thomas.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point that Tom brings up. We talk a lot about quarterbacks making decisions in the pocket, reading defenses down the field. Where is the safety? Should I throw it here? Go to my first, second, third progressions. A lot of decisions that passers make in the pocket. But he's right. These option quarterbacks, they're making the same amount of decisions. They're just making them a lot faster with big, ugly guys right in their face. It's harder in a lot of sense.
Thomas pitching, and the ball's on the ground. It's still loose. Looked like Virginia Tech had a shot at it. And then maybe the quarterback, Justin Thomas, recovered it. Broderick Snoddy couldn't handle that pitch. A little behind him. Look at Luganville getting in there and look under the pile there. It's Virginia Tech ball. So it's recovered by the Hokies. And a bad pitch deep in the red zone.
Well, we talked about decisions. Watch the indecision here. He goes to pitch it and then almost pulls it back. And Snoddy was already up the field. And that's what Paul Johnson told us last night, trying to eliminate some of the turnovers and the risk in the backfield with so many decisions by the quarterback. That time it comes back to bite him.
And Paul Johnson saying something unfriendly to Broderick Snoddy there.
On the coach throughout the week in training camp, you coach that relationship with the quarterback. And when the halfback gets out of relationship with the quarterback a lot of times is not seeing him when he's pitching that ball. He's trusting that he's going to be in that spot, and Snoddy evidently was not there.
Well, you and Tom just talked about the importance of decision making and timing in this offense, and bad decision, bad timing. Now here's a pitch to J.C. Coleman, and he's pushed out by Jamal Golden at the line of scrimmage. So no gain. Hard to tell who recovered that fumble. Chase Williams may have come up with it. He also had Deion Clark in there for Virginia Tech, and it was Clark.
You know, and again, I mean, a turnover like that, it's on both. It's not on one guy. It's on both the quarterback and the back. And that's why, you know, they practice that so much in practice.
Brewer fakes the run and dumps it off to his fullback, and Sam Rogers can't get away from DJ White. So now it's a second time that they've had a 3rd and goal from outside the 10-yard line. Ball's on the 15. Chance for Georgia Tech to get off the field here and only surrender 3 points after fumbling at their 10-yard line.
Right, we haven't talked at all about Bucky Hodges, but Scott Loeffler loves his tight end. He's 6'6". He's 240 pounds. He's lined up in the slot. And even if it's a zone defense, you can still throw the ball to him in the middle of the field.
Brewer over the middle, incomplete. He went for Hodges. Pass was behind him.
He had him. He had him. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Hodges was one-on-one with the safety. Take a look. Yep, a hand up and gets a tip on that ball. Otherwise, that would have been a touchdown. Isaiah Johnson was beat. Give credit to that defensive line of Georgia Tech getting a hand on the ball.
Sly has been perfect today. 32-yard attempt here. And it's blocked. Georgia Tech had been so close in the first half. That time they got there. Chris Milton appeared to be the one to block the kick. Damon Smith got close in the first half. Milton got there this time.
And he came off the edge. Take a look. He's going to come left to right like a blur. It's a finger.
He blocked 3 punts last year.
Chris Milton off the edge. Here he is. As you mentioned, Dave, blocked 3 punts last year. The only player in college football to do so, and he's got the talent for the ball. You don't expect a short edge against the Virginia Tech special teams coached by the head man, Frank Beamer. But that soft edge and quick hands of Chris Milton prevented 3 points.
And that's the second block kick this year for Milton. So 5 in the last 15 games or so. Lasky to the 18-yard line, and that will be the final play of the quarter. Corey Marshall on the stop. Neither team able to put up any points in the third quarter. It remains 16-10 after 3. From Blacksburg, Virginia, Lane Stadium, Dave Pasch, Brian Greasy, Tom Luganbill. 8 in the box for Virginia Tech as Georgia Tech runs it to Tony Zenon. He did not get the first down, so it'll bring up 3rd down and short. They're about a yard shy of first down, and Georgia Tech, one of the best in the country the last few years on 3rd down, but just 2 of 7 today.
Well, a lot of the reason why they've been 2 of 7 is because they've been in 3rd and 7, 8, 9. This is their bread and butter, though, 3rd and 1 or 2, and that's why they've been historically so good on 3rd downs.
We've seen some rollouts and passes in short yardage situations today as well, and the quarterback never had a chance. Corey Marshall in the backfield, and then the ball is picked up by Virginia Tech. The whistle did not blow, or did it? Yes, they did blow the whistle. Boy, Thomas never had a shot.
Stop at this spot. 4th down right here.
Still going to be a punt. Be 4th down at about 7.
Take a look at the space between the splits here. Look at all this space right here. Corey Marshall, there's plenty of space for him to shoot that gap. And it's just he just gets off on the football. Last year in this game, Virginia Tech and their defensive tackles had a lot of success shooting that gap. And we were talking to Bud Foster in a meeting yesterday. He said that's something we have to be able to do in 3rd down situations and short yardage to be able to get this offense off rhythm.
Stroman is the deep man. And it's a great punt. Stroman backs up to his 25. Looks for a hole. And runs out of play at the 31-yard line. So 3rd down and a 1. And Georgia Tech continues to struggle in 3rd down. Corey Marshall unblocked takes down Justin Thomas. Brewer has thrown the ball 31 times. Tech has run it 26 times. Been running it more here in the 4th. They'll throw. Wide open is Byrne. Out to the 45-yard line and pushed out at the 47. Boy, that's quite a cushion again given by the corner DJ White. Fans and some of the coaches wanted a penalty but did not get it.
You know, it's either been pressure or it's been huge cushion. And right here you see White the corner. He's responsible for the flat. You can't allow that much space, especially on 1st down, an easy 1st down for Va Tech.
Trey Edmonds is in at running back. Brewer back to throw. Wide open in the middle of the field is Ford. And he backtracked. He had the 1st down. Ran backward. Now it's going to be close. Neely on the tackle. He'll be short.
That was a great play call from Scott Leffler, the offensive coordinator. He knows that Neely has been vacating that middle linebacker spot to bring pressure. So what does he do? He maxes up the pro and sends a receiver right where Neely should have been for an easy completion.
2nd down and 1. Now let's see if they dial up some pressure here. You see 2 guys standing up in the gaps. Now they back off, 4-man rush. Brewer just throws it up and it's picked off. Intercepted by Davis. Back inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. There is a penalty flag down though at the 45-yard line. Boy, Brewer just tossed that up into the middle of the field where only bad things can happen.
He was trying to hit the tight end, Hodges, on a middle screen. But the last thing you want to do is if that screen's covered, you don't want to float the ball in the middle of the field. Just throw it in the dirt.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 79 on the offense. That penalty will be declined. The play results in a touchdown.
And we talked earlier about Brewer's mistakes. That was a big one. Georgia Tech can take the lead now with the extra point.
They were trying to get Hodges, number 7. You're going to see him. He's right here on the side. It's a middle screen, and if this doesn't look good as a quarterback, you just throw the ball in the dirt. There's a guy in between them. Gotsis was in between the tight end and the quarterback, and Davis, the beneficiary. That's the 2nd poor decision in this game for Michael Brewer that has resulted in an interception and points for Georgia Tech.
Well, we saw poor decisions last week too, and that hurt him against East Carolina. And now Georgia Tech after the interception return for a touchdown by Paul Davis. The big play on defense that Ted Roof was hoping for. He gets it here, and the extra point gives the Yellowjackets the lead on the road. Second interception return for a touchdown for Georgia Tech this year, and the Yellowjackets lead by 1. And this will be a reluctant touchback.
Well, we talk about how important decision-making is when you play quarterback. Take a look. Here's Michael Brewer. They're trying to run the middle screen. Let it roll, guys. We know Bucky Hodges is going to come, and you freeze it there, guys. Take a look. You got pressure in his face, and you have Gotsis in between you and the tight end. There is no chance that that play is going to work. Michael Brewer, that's as black and white as it gets. That ball's got to go in the ground, and you live to fight another day. That result, that's the kind of play that gets you beat. And that's the kind of thing that Ted Roof and his defense, they need. They've been given a couple of gifts in this game, and they've taken advantage of it.
Let's see how Brewer responds. Led Virginia Tech from down 21 points last week to tie East Carolina. Then the defense didn't do its job. Brewer, an easy completion there. Again, DJ White. What would be the reason for such a cushion there as Burn again had about a 10-yard cushion for the defense?
The philosophy of Ted Roof is a bend, don't break defense. I don't want to give up that big play down the field. Case in point, last week against Georgia Southern, they gave up 7 plays of 25-plus yards or more. And so it's hard for me to fault Ted Roof for playing a conservative game on defense here. He's mixed it up nicely with some pressure with Neely as well. So it hasn't just been all soft.
And they've held him to 16 points so far in the game. Brewer stepping up, will run, and he is brought down short of the first down by Tyler Marquartes. Francis Callan was also there.
Big third down here. Big third down. And what did we see the last time Virginia Tech had a 3rd and short? They brought Rogers in. They tried to hand it off to Marshawn Williams, and they got stuffed.
They got Rogers in, but he's not lined up in the fullback position. It's a quarterback sneak, and it's a first down for Brewer. First down, Virginia Tech.
We haven't called the names of Cam Phillips or Isaiah Ford very much here in the second half. They made plays consistently throughout the second half of the East Carolina game last week, and they made plays in the first half. They've kind of gone dark here in the second half.
First down at the 37 of Virginia Tech. Pass play here. Brewer running around in trouble, getting away from pressure. Now floats it downfield. This time it's caught. There's Cam Phillips. Made the catch at the 44 in Georgia Tech territory.
Well, he finally got to him, but look how wide open he was at the top of the screen. He was open from the get-go. If he throws that ball on time, it might be a touchdown. He runs around in the back of the formation there and finally finds him. Eventually he'll find you, Cam.
Well, you said that both Phillips and Ford seemingly quiet here in the second half. Brewer now over 300 yards after finding Phillips there. Handoff McKenzie on first down. Waits patiently for a hole to open up. And he picks up 9 yards to the 35-yard line before Paul Davis drags him to the ground.
And you got to wonder about the confidence of Georgia Tech defensively. Last week, Georgia Southern scored 28 points in the second half to take the lead, and it took some heroics for Georgia Tech to get that win. Do they have the confidence in this fourth quarter with the game on the line to get a stop?
Trying to get outside is McKenzie, and he gets the first down. Initially, it looked like he wasn't going to be able to find a lane to run, but he did. Missed tackle by Isaiah Johnson, and it's a first down for Virginia Tech. 25 first downs for the Hokies, and going back to a point that you and Tom were talking about earlier, I mean, depending if Virginia Tech scores and when they score, is there enough time for Georgia Tech to run its normal offense to get downfield and get in position for a field goal or touchdown?
Both teams have all 3 timeouts left, too.
McKenzie on the cutback inside the 30 and fumbled the ball. It's loose. Still loose and picked up by Brewer. He's inside the 10. He dives. He's in. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. That's a way to make up for a pick six.
That's just how you draw it up on the playboard. Marshawn Williams fumbles it. Georgia Tech had a chance to dive on that, and then great effort from Michael Brewer. There's more than one way to get that ball in the end zone, and good heads-up play by Michael Brewer. Now looks like Vatek will go for 2.
That makes sense here. Extend it to 7. Otherwise, you can get beat with a touchdown and an extra point, so they're going to go for 2.
But we talk about the confidence of these two teams coming into the game. Both of them were struggling, and to get that ball, force it out, Georgia Tech defensively, and not have the opportunity to pounce on it, but to give up a touchdown, just a roller coaster of emotions in that one play.
Kind of what it's been like all season for Virginia Tech.
Now here in this situation, you got to defend Bucky Hodges. He's in the slot.
And Brewer going to throw a fade to Hodges, and he's able to catch it with Golden all over him. 2 points for Virginia Tech.
It's not a lot of secret where that ball is going to go. If you play man-to-man coverage, Bucky Hodges at 6'6", going to go up and get it. Huge momentum swing for Vatek, who takes a 7-point lead with 8 minutes left.
Virginia Tech takes a 7-point lead on a fumble recovery for a touchdown by Michael Brewer. He's also thrown for a career-high 301 yards despite 2 interceptions, one by Paul Davis that was returned for a touchdown. Justin Thomas has rushed for 146 yards and a touchdown. Will they have to throw the ball, though? There's plenty of time left, 8 minutes. Only thrown 10 passes, 42 yards through the air, but they've had some opportunities deep they failed to capitalize on. Short kickoff. It gets away from Snoddy, and he picks it up and runs it out. And he's got a block. He's across the 10. Snoddy past the 30, and out near the 35-yard line. Oh, my goodness. What's going on here in the last minute?
This was almost a safety, but Snoddy, who's got great speed, one of the fastest players on Georgia Tech's team, he touches that ball, so there's no choice. He has to bring this out. Almost went down there. Then 2 blocks. He gets right there. 2 clean ones. Very nicely done. And Georgia Tech avoids a bullet.
And they get good field position at the 35-yard line. First down for Georgia Tech on the 33. In trouble, Thomas reversing field. And gets a good gain out to the 37 or 38, about 5 there. Keyshawn Jarrett shaken up on the play. Gets some help up from Fuller, but he doesn't look right. He'll stay in, though.
Great effort by Justin Thomas just to get 4 yards, and that 4 yards is big because this offense, stay ahead of the chains is the most important thing in the option.
Plenty of time to run their offense. 4:45. 3 timeouts remaining. Lasky, and he just powers through that tackle by Chase Williams to the 41-yard line. 4 more yards, brings up 3rd down and 2. Normally so good on 3rd and short. 2 of 9 overall today, and 1 of 4 in the second half on 3rd down.
Corey Marshall looked to be shaken up. That's their defensive tackle, who's been so good in 3rd and short situations. He had that big stop on the last 3rd down and short. Here comes another one. He's not in the game.
Yeah, he was in the backfield right on the snap. Took down Justin Thomas for a big loss. 3rd and 2. And they're going to throw the ball. Thomas to the sideline. It's complete. Smelter with the catch. Brought down by Fuller in Virginia Tech territory.
he caught you off guard, me off guard, and he probably caught Virginia Tech off guard. Paul Johnson, I didn't expect him to throw the ball in this situation on 3rd and 2, but showing confidence in Justin Thomas. DeAndre Smelter, such a big physical wide receiver. It's very difficult to stay close to him, and they get a big 3rd down conversion.
Only the 4th completion all day for Georgia Tech. Just 56 passing yards. Thomas has run the ball well. He'll throw it again or not. Taken down and he fumbled the ball, but they're going to rule him down. He was down at the 48. Daddy Nicholas on the tackle.
Short of the 50-yard line.
They'll mark it at midfield, a 5-yard loss.
But Georgia Tech has had some, his elbow's definitely down there. Georgia Tech's had some good runs on offense, but they've had some runs that just look abysmal too, like they don't know what they're doing on offense. That was one of them. There's been two that Justin Thomas has had to reverse field entirely.
And it's happening on first down a lot too.
Yeah, now, I mean, 2nd and 15 is right where Virginia Tech wants him.
And now you're inside 3 minutes to go. You're still in midfield. Play clock down to 3. Thomas going to dump it off and throw it over the head of Smelter. Had he caught it, he may not even gotten back to the line of scrimmage. You're in 4-down territory, you would think now. 3rd and 15.
Oh, Bud Foster guesses right here. He anticipates pass. Look, he's going to have double coverage down here on Waller. And there's a one-man route. Justin Thomas rolls out. He's got one guy to throw the ball to. There's nowhere to go with that ball. And so Bud Foster wins that one.
I said 4-down territory, but if they don't get anything here, and it's 4th down, you have 3 timeouts, they may decide to punt it, depending on how much yardage they have, if they don't pick up first down. Thomas in trouble. Gets hit as he gets rid of the pass. Dietrich Bonner with pressure on the quarterback. 4th down and 15.
Comes Dietrich Bonner. Bud Foster, he realizes that Georgia Tech does not have the kind of protection schemes to pick up these kinds of blitzes in 3rd and long situations. And I don't expect to see anything different here on 4th down as Paul Johnson goes for it. No, I don't think you punt the ball away. You got 3 timeouts, and you've proven that you can't block these pressures.
Virginia Tech bringing pressure. And Thomas has Smelter. He caught it. First down. Virginia Tech blitzed, but Thomas completed it to Smelter.
Well, here's the adjustment. They blitzed off the same edge, and they adjust. They have Lasky, the tight end, or the fullback, pick up the blitz. Great adjustment. Paul Johnson calls a timeout, gets it squared away, picks up the same pressure, and they execute.
Only the 5th completion all game. Going to throw again. That's deflected. Almost intercepted. Diving attempt by Dietrich Bonner. And ball got tipped at the line. 2nd down, 2:09 on the clock. Georgia Tech down 7.
Again, that was Corey Marshall, the defensive tackle, that came through that wide split and got a finger on that ball. Take a look. Right in the middle. Corey Marshall slips it, and
yeah, left hand.
Almost a game sealer. I'm surprised, frankly, they're throwing the ball in this situation. 1st and 10.
Yeah. Maybe because they got behind the chains trying to run it on 1st and 10 a couple times in this possession, they decided to throw it. Still plenty of time, and they have 2 timeouts left. You see the extra man in the box for Virginia Tech. Another pass play. Hey, man, is wide open. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Smelter got free. And Georgia Tech within a point of tying the game. A 31-yard touchdown catch by DeAndre Smelter, his 4th receiving touchdown this season, matching his total from all of last year.
And deja vu for Vatech on defense 2 weeks ago. The number of plays they gave up down the field against East Carolina. We know Bud Foster is going to continue with his plan, bringing pressure, bringing pressure. That time they brought the corner off the edge, and Donovan Riley was responsible for Smelter in coverage and let him get behind him.
Butker to tie the game at 24 with 2:03 left. Executed perfectly. Snap, spot, kick. We're all even.
The corner fire off the edge has been a staple for Bud Foster. Here's the corner's going to come off the edge, and that leaves one-on-one coverage with Donovan Riley on the back end. And Riley just plays it poorly. I'm not sure what he's looking at. He thinks it might be a quick throw. And that's just way too easy. Justin Thomas has missed a lot of throws downfield, but this one is right on the money to Smelter to tie it up.
7 touchdown pass. Justin Thomas, and Paul Johnson showing confidence in him several times on that drive, including the 4th down and 15 to go for it. And he found the guy who just caught the touchdown, Smelter. That kick is hammered, and it will come out to the 25 on the touchback. 2 minutes to go. Here's Brewer going downfield where it's intercepted. Oh my, DJ White picks it off, and Georgia Tech will have the ball at the Virginia Tech 40 with plenty of time on the clock and 2 timeouts.
Repeatedly, we've seen decision-making has been the problem for Michael Brewer. You have to read the corner. It's a simple smash technique. You've got one player low in the flat, and you got one player on a corner route. He's trying to force it to Hodges, and when that corner retreats, as White does, and plays it perfect, that is a clear read to throw the ball in the flat. And that's the 3rd time now. And I'm not sure that you can get back into a game and go into a 2-minute drill and run a simple concept and throw that like that and win a game.
Well, going back, you made the point the last drive. You don't want Brewer throwing the ball. Run it. Well, he didn't. They went 3 and out, and now a turnover after throwing on 1st down. Thomas going to run here. Inside the 40, dives to the 37-yard line. See if Virginia Tech uses a timeout. They have 3 left, and the Hokies will. And Thomas has run the ball very well. 152 yards on the ground, 258 total offense. Brewer's thrown 3 picks now. And on the season, he has more interceptions than touchdowns now.
Yeah, he's been careless with the football, and that's a big reason why Georgia Tech has got this ball in position now inside the 40-yard line driving.
2nd down and 8. Lasky tackled immediately. That's the best they've defended that. Quick hitter, Corey Marshall wrapped them up. He's back out there, so now it's 3rd down at about 7.
Yeah, this will be very interesting with Paul Johnson here. 3rd down and 7. Does he decide to continue with that confidence in his quarterback to throw the football, or is he just happy getting another rush for 2, 3, 4 yards and attempted a field goal? They've got confidence. And I know Brett Foster and his Vatech defense isn't going to let him run the ball for 8 yards. They're all up around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 10 guys at the point of attack. Thomas, and Smelter is open. Another catch. The defender, Kendall Fuller, who's one of the best corners in all of college football, looked like he fell down. And it's 1st down in the red zone for Georgia Tech.
All confidence. This is all confidence. Take a look. Here's a one-on-one matchup. It's all Fuller on Smelter. Smelter 225 pounds. Kendall Fuller might be good, but he ain't that big. Smelter just beasts him on the outside. Huge play. Yeah. Fuller, as you said, one of the best in the business, but had no chance.
Got beat and fell down, and then that would have been a better throw. It's a touchdown. Smelter could have kept his feet. Over 100 yards receiving on the day. Closing in on a minute to go. Georgia Tech has 2 timeouts left. And quarterback keeper. Justin Thomas near the 1st down, inside the 10-yard line. See where they spot it.
Now this is all about ball security here. Virginia Tech takes their last time out, and the next couple plays here will be all about ball security.
As Georgia Tech is inside the 10-yard line for a 2nd down and 1. You mentioned Thomas was hobbling as he went back to the huddle. We'll see if they let him run it here. Yep, he'll take off. He's inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal.
And if you're Paul Johnson, you want to punch this ball in the end zone. I never want to come down to these situations. I don't care how short the field goal is. You want to punch that ball into the end zone by running it on the ground with Justin Thomas.
Remember, too, the last field goal attempt by Butker hit the right upright. Holder took a while to spin the laces, but still bad kick.
Well, you're right. Justin Thomas is limping a little bit, and Paul Johnson is running his clock down and going to call a timeout. So he must feel confident in his kicker.
Well, you got 1 timeout left, though, so you can still run another play or 2, depending on if it's a pass or a run. But again, if your quarterback's not 100%, now does that change things for the head coach?
Well,
how you look at this?
There's only 2 more plays left in the game, right? If you're hobbling, if you're out there, as far as the coach is concerned, you're 100%. 4th downs, you know, they've made some great plays. That 3rd down, great play to Smelter. In this situation, no, absolutely. You keep this ball on the ground and you get it in the middle of the field.
And again, they have a timeout remaining here. A lot of people doing that back in Atlanta, chewing fingers. 20 seconds left, 1st down and goal. And you're right, he dives back to the middle of the field around the 7-yard line. So Georgia Tech will take the clock down, call its final timeout, and then bring on Butker, who missed from 29. This would be about a 24 or 25-yard attempt.
Wait, what?
And Virginia Tech is known over the years for blocking kicks. We saw Georgia Tech block a field goal earlier in the game.
Boy, this has been a game of mistakes. There's been turnovers. We've seen 2 teams that are really young and immature, trying to find their way and get some kind of confidence. And really the difference in this game in the second half has been the confidence of Justin Thomas throwing the ball down the field and making a play when they need it. And on the flip side, Michael Brewer making that big mistake 3 times in the second half, throwing the ball to the other team.
A 24-yard field goal attempt by Harrison Butker to win the game for Georgia Tech. And the kick is good. And Georgia Tech knocks off the Hokies in Blacksburg.
And that's a big win for Paul Johnson. There's been swirls and people talking about him and his job at Georgia Tech, but he came in, did a fantastic job in the 4th quarter, trusting his quarterback to make plays, and makes a decision just to depend on the kicker. Comes through for him in the end.
Georgia Tech now 4-0, wins its ACC opener, down 24-17. Frank Beamer saying, man, a week ago it looked like we had a chance for a special year, and they still might, but they've lost 2 in a row, both at home. Paul Johnson standing by with Tom.
Coach, this was a game of momentum shifts. Who made the fewest errors? Who made the most plays? In the end, you guys made more plays. How do you feel about this offense?
Well, I'm awfully proud of our guys. Our defense, I tell you, I thought our defense played great. DJ White with a big turnover there at the end, and then we were able to get it down. I can't say enough good things about our quarterback. He's a gamer. He's going to get better and better the more he plays. And, you know, it wasn't pretty all the time, but they fight.
Came into this game wanted to test your football team, see if you could get more out of them from a productivity standpoint. And there were moments where this thing could have gone downhill. They didn't do that. What do you think about the resolve of your team?
Well, I'm proud of them. They kept fighting, and we fought through some big penalties, some adversities, turnover on the first play there. And the defense came out and got a stop, a big block kick. And, you know, this game was like all of them with Virginia Tech. They come down right to the end.
All right, good luck, Coach. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
So Georgia Tech stays undefeated, beats Virginia Tech 27-24. Hokies now 2-2. They've lost 2 in a row here at home after that win at Ohio State just a couple weeks ago. Stay tuned. Virginia and BYU, a good one from Provo, is coming up. For Brian Greasy, Tom Lugan, our entire outstanding crew, I'm Dave Pash. So long from Blacksburg, now to Bob Wischusen in Utah.